2. A very good evening and welcome into the Running Fightin Phil's pregame show. My name is Jake Starr, that is Bob McCool, and we're joined as always by the manager of the Fightin Phil's, Pedrique. Al, we'll kind of jump into things here. Game 2 of a 6-game set with Harrisburg. They're coming off a 7-6 defeat last night. Starting offensively though, probably a decent amount of things probably to like offensively coming out of last night's game.
Jake, Bob, hi again. Last night was a rough loss. We lost by 1 run. I thought early we had a chance, a couple of chances to score some runs. We didn't come through. And then late in the game, defensively, we made a mistake, an error. We made an error. Garcia stole second base and ended up scoring the difference of 1 run. But overall, I'm pleased because the effort's there, the preparation is there as well. We're just trying to figure out things that we can start working, everything start working together, and we start winning more games.
It's always hard to figure out whether or not the team is going to continue to fight when the wins aren't coming. But when you have games like last night, and they're falling in a hole, they are scratching and clawing to get themselves back out of there. So maybe the wins aren't there, but the fight is there.
Definitely, that's the work that we start early when we get to the park. The coaching staff is doing a great job by helping me out, making sure the players stay positive, make sure we continue working hard and believe that whatever the routine each player has and the pitchers, it's going to work. It's a long process, trusted process. As long as we stay positive and we continue playing as a team, I think we start getting our side, we start getting our break, and we're going to start winning some games.
In 2 years of us working with you, I think we kind of picked up on that you have developed and built a very strong culture here in Reading. And when it comes to culture, and we talk about maybe when you're not winning a lot of games, but you still come out and you fight every day, that's a semblance of the culture that has been built by you, your staff, and the Phillies organization. For you, someone who's managed both at the major league level and at the minor league level for a long time, what are some of your pillars when it comes to developing a strong culture?
Number 1 is when you walk through the schoolhouse doors, you expect to win. Anytime you have any doubt as a player, as an athlete, that you're not sure what's going on, or you walk through those doors with doubt, you're not going to be successful. I don't care what level you're in. You have to expect to win. And as a team, that's what we're trying to create, that culture that no matter what, whether we're going good or we're going bad, as a team, we're going to work together, and we're going to, once we cross the 1 line, we're on the field, we're going to fight, we're going to battle, and we're going to play through 27 outs.
Pedrique, the player, spent a lot of time as a middle infielder. Pedrique, the manager, likes fundamentals. You guys turned 2 double plays last night that were as good as 2 double plays you could find. That had to make you smile in both ways, the player and the manager.
Well, definitely did. It feels good. Like you said, I play shortstop, second base, and anytime you see your player making those kind of plays, yes, I get excited, and I always let them know and remind them, you see what happens when you play your good defense? We'll have a chance to stay close in game, win games. So my talk to, especially the middle infielder, we need to turn the double plays that we're supposed to turn. We got to get the outs that we're supposed to get. Cutoff and relays, we got to hit the cutoff man. So I'm a big fundamental type of guy because that's going to keep you in games, and that's going to give you a chance to win games.
Another overall culture question. I believe it was Rob Thompson said the other day, talking about the big Phillies club, that they do a really good job of staying loose, but they don't mess around. They kind of understand that difference. So same kind of question, like as a manager, how do you kind of establish that difference between baseball, you want the guys to be loose out there, but you don't want to mess around. How do you kind of strike that balance between the two?
Well, you let them know that, baseball is hard, and we should not make it any harder. So once you're in the clubhouse, have some fun. Whether you want to play cards, you want to play pinball, but as soon as we step on the field, it's a job. We have to get ready to compete. We have to get ready to get better. You tell the players, yeah, we're allowed to have fun, okay, but again, we have to find ways to get better day in and day out. As long we know what's going on the field, as long as we know what we're trying to accomplish as a team, as an organization, definitely the fun part is going to be there. But number 1 priority is to take care of business and prepare, to play the games the right way.
One of the guys, as this team has evolved and you start finding the roles for these guys in a batting order, one of the guys who I think has made some unbelievable strides as a hitter is Caleb Ricketts. As this season has gone on, he went from prospect to talent as a hitter, and he seems to just be figuring it out, whether the game is slowing down for him, whether he's just figuring out his role. But the other thing that's a piece of this that I've been impressed by is even though the home runs haven't come in bunches, it doesn't seem to bother him. He's just contented, it seems, trying to hit line drives.
Yes, I like the fact that this kid controls his motions, and sometimes it's hard to find out if he's really upset, he's really down. And Brock Stassi has done a great job in the batting cage, working on his mechanics. Make sure that he stays nice and calm. Take what the pitches gives you, every at bat. And I think he's taking advantage right now that he's been pitched tough because Taylor's behind him, which is at 36, 37 RBI. So I like the fact that Rick is being very patient. He's driving the ball the other way, and I'm sure once he starts dominating the strike zone, he's going to hit some home runs.
We're getting to a time of the year where roster turnover really begins to happen. We kind of saw it around June last year, and with whether it's injuries to the big club, there's been a lot of shuffling, or the trade deadline about a month and a half away, and just first half coming to an end soon, so you might start to see some call-ups to AAA or call-ups from High A. As a manager, what challenge does the ever-revolving door of kind of roster moves present for you, and how do you work to combat it?
Well, for me, I'm used to it. I understand what baseball is all about, especially like you mentioned, the fact that the trade deadline is coming up. You start seeing 5-6 scouts in the stands, so right away you get the message, okay, we're getting closer. I don't really pay attention because my job, when I get to the park, I get to the clubhouse, find out how to get these guys better every day. And when I hear them talking about it, I let them know, hey, we're here, this is our big league. We're not general managers, we're not big league managers, we have a job to do, which is here, and let the rest, take care of themselves.
So the message is it doesn't matter what you're thinking, it's about how you're performing, and don't pay attention to what's around you. The only thing you can control is what you can control, and that's what your performance is.
That's right, Bob, you just said, do what you can control, and that's why I remind these kids, I say, why you have to worry about the trade deadline when it's still a month and a half in front of us? Why you worry about who's going up, who's going down? You have no control. Sometimes we as a staff, we have no control. So we just get a phone call, we're making this move, let's get it done. Okay, no question asked. So that's the one thing as a staff, we make sure that the players stay focused on what they have in front of them that day. Last night it was paid and it was done. There's nothing we can change. Tomorrow, who knows?
Right.
Nothing's guaranteed. So that's why we're teaching them how to handle things, what's in front of them, one day at a time, one pitch at a time, and hopefully, they will get better.
Last one for me, tonight's starting pitcher, Connor Ash, has really embraced a variety of roles this year. And even outside of Connor Ash, a guy like Efrain Contreras is beginning to embrace different roles this year. Just those two guys, it feels like Ash has really favored being a starter results-wise, and Contreras is starting to really looks like he's liking being a reliever. So what's kind of been like that whole dynamic and the success that you've seen from those two?
Well, if you ask me right now, our MVP is going to be Ash right now. He's done a great job. He's done everything we had asked him to do for the team. Last two outings, I think he went 3 innings. Hopefully today he can give us 4 innings. But this is the kid that wants to pitch. Give me the ball. I don't care which role. He's always ready. It's fun to watch in the dugout when he's not pitching. Watch, check him fly ball during batting practice. He's involved. He's engaged with his team. Contreras seems like he feels comfortable coming out of the bullpen. Velocity is getting better each time he goes out as a reliever. So we're trying to find out see if that will work for him down the road. That's something that we're not sure that's going to happen. But as right now, we're very happy with both guys the way they've been handling their job and their role.
I was just going to ask about Noah Skira, who's last night's starter. Here's a guy who last year spent the entire year at AAA. He's here at AA. Head hasn't sagged. He hasn't had great starts. He's had some good starts. Last night, really just one bad inning, but he fought his way out of that mess in the second inning. And when it's all said and done, he gave you 6 solid innings.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for him anytime he goes out. Give us a solid 6 innings. Figured out how to pitch out of the jam. Last night he did, I would say, a couple of times. As a matter of fact, the one time I walked on the mound, he thought that he was done. I said, no, wait a minute, you're not going anywhere. Do you have for one more? He said, yeah, it's mine. Okay, go get it. So I'm trying to build that confidence and show these guys that they need to figure out how to play this game against adversity. Yep. And he proved it last night, and that's what we taught to him today in the meeting with Phil and Riley, the pitching coaches, that you need to grab the ball and see the situation that you're in, and don't start thinking about the hit on deck or the hit is coming out of the dugout. So worry about the hitter that's at the plate. Go one pitch at a time and trust your stuff and pitch with conviction, and that's what he did last night.
So Noah Skiro got the ball last night. As we said, Connor Ash gets the ball tonight, and it's coming up just after this on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. This has been the pregame show alongside my broadcast partner, Bob McCool. That's been the manager, Al Pedrique. Appreciate the time as always. Lineups and first pitch are coming up right after this on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network.